Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV and the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series featuring the late models. Now we got the Spring Fling 150 live from Five Flags. Gonna be an entertaining race, man. We got some very fast drivers out here on this track, and I got Baron Labosco in the booth with me. Baron, these guys very familiar with this track.
Oh yeah, Five Flags is a great racetrack, and we talked about it offline here a little bit ago. But good racetrack, a lot of grooves. You can pass high and low here. Broadcasting to you from our nation's capital in Washington D.C. tonight, Dean. I'm so excited to be back on here at Wind Tunnel TV. Looking forward to a good one here from the iRace and Furniture Mart series.
Absolutely. Look in on the track conditions. 130 degrees out there, Baron. Some hot, hot tarmac.
Yeah, slick, very slick, and that's going to make for some interesting racing. Slick going in, slick coming out. So wheel control going to be a premium tonight, Dean.
Absolutely. Tires could be a factor tonight. Keys to the race, as always, track position, pitting, and strategy. And we've seen over time, we talk about all the time, these early pitters tend to do the best. So we'll see if that plays out here at Five Flags tonight. Qualifying just wrapping up here. And we talk a little bit about the points here, Baron. Tyler Lehm out front in the points. Newcomer Devin Shillingburg sitting in second, only 10 back. Brian Cole, the wily vet, right there, along with Newton, Walker Cole, Adam Cole, all within striking distance. And it's Werderman, Eddie, Termeyer, Perry, and last year's winner in 11th, Austin Rich Miller.
Yeah, so 3 weeks in, three races, and we're starting to see some of the newer competitors rise to the top. But those veterans are lurking, Dean. This is a long season, so congratulations to Dylan right now. I mean, or excuse me, not Dylan, but oh hell, it is Dylan, right?
On the pole right now.
Yeah,
That'd
I'm
be
looking at the poll.
Dylan Connor sitting on the pole right now. Yeah, and
Uh,
doing a great job. I mean, Dylan fairly new here. Let's see if we can track down his stats here. Yeah, Dylan Connor, I don't believe has any stats currently.
no,
So
there are no.
good. His debut here tonight on the pole. Wow, very impressive.
Yeah, well, as impressive as I am this evening, 2 weeks off, knocking some rust off of me. But here we go. Yeah, so Tyler Lehm atop the board. Tyler, not a rookie here, and in the points battle, Tyler looking to capitalize on what could be a very promising season.
Yeah, I mean, he's really doing a great job. He wanted to refocus this year into a championship style. He's done just that. He'll start sixth tonight. And, it's a good spot for him to start here. Guy's going to have to take it easy here early and make sure they stay out of trouble. That's always one of the keys here, Baron.
It sure is, and we were watching practice. A lot of these guys really loose, Dean, really having to work on those wheels a bit. So loose may be good for the long run here, Dean. So if we can see some early run car control, we might have some great green flag runs tonight.
Yeah, we most definitely will. These guys just finishing up some kind of driver meeting. I'm sure it'll just be moments away from getting the start of this Spring Fling 150. And, you talk Spring Fling, Baron, all kinds of nice, cozy little memories pop to mind, don't they?
Keg parties and bands, man. That's what Spring Fling meant to me when I was in my youth. So,
There you go.
yeah, keg parties and bands.
Yeah, absolutely. Wooded areas, random booze, and not sure if you were quite legal to be drinking at the time.
I commit to nothing where that's concerned.
No comment from Mr. Labosco. Let's get into tonight's K-T.org qualifying order. It's the starting grid for the Spring Fling 150. Dylan Connor out front tonight with a time of 16:9.81, a blistering lap to be sure. Doing a great job. Zach M. Woods, always dangerous, to 61, will start on the outside of row number one. Walker Cole will be starting in third, along with Matt Eddy in fourth. It's Austin Miller in fifth position. Tyler Lehm, your points leader, will start on the outside of row number three. In row four, Larson Parker and Brian Helm. It's Andrew Perry and Ryman Castle in row number five. Adam Newton and Adam Cole, row six. Brian Cole back here, 13th, a little off the pace tonight for Brian, as he's still adjusting to this new car, I think. And in 14th, you'll have Jason Spear. Let me just move this along here. We got Fred Lester 14th, Werderman 15th, Jason Spears 16th, Bernard Person, Alan Royal, Marvin Termeyer, and Don Jordan rounding out your field.
Solid field. Real excited for this race. Five Flags always puts on pretty good shows, so looking forward to seeing what these guys have in store for us this evening. Dean, hot, slippery track. What do you think?
Well, I think it's hot and slippery, so I think these guys got to be careful. But it's my experience, Baron. Now, I don't know if it'll hold true for this series, but hot and slick gets people scared and thinking about wrecks and lots of cautions. It's my experience, the exact opposite happens. Guys are over cautious, trying to keep a handle on their car, not wanting to make mistakes, and you get a lot of green flag racing.
Agreed. And the slipperier the vehicle, the more cautious the racer gets. We'll see how we have here at the Spring Fling 150. 150 lap event here, and they're about to take green.
Green flag drops. Connor down and away. Zach Woods doing a great job on the high side here, hanging right with him.
And right behind him, Walker Cole falls into line. So Dylan, Zach Woods, Walker Cole, Matt Eddy, a veteran of the sport here today, right there in fourth place, and he's under contest with Austin Miller.
Yeah, he's on that high side, and he's not comfortable up there yet, taking a very high line, being super cautious. So I love that approach because, you know, there's no sense in mixing it up here early. Marvin Termeyer, and that's Andrew Perry. Actually, Tyler Lehm, new paint job. My mistake. The 99
Yeah.
looking spiffy out there in the subway machine.
Yeah, so look at Tyler come on. Like what I'm seeing at him.
Larson Parker making a move underneath the 42. Austin Miller. Austin Miller just gives that one up. Smart move from him. Walker up battling Zach M. Woods, trying to take second away here early on.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Austin's not managing his stuff right now. I mean, with as loose this machine feels right now, I'm wondering if he's just not waiting to see what happens up front.
Well, that's something we've learned, haven't we, Baron, with Austin, is, you know, we've seen him as this hard charger, this really fast, roll the center of the corner type of driver. But the more we get to know him, the more we understand, he really thinks these races out. He has a plan.
Yeah, and that plan is to keep the fenders on it in the first half and then charge the front in the second. So we'll start seeing we'll see if we get those early cautions or those early pit stops, Dean. I'd be interested to see if this thing stays green or not.
So Larson Parker up to third as Zach M. Woods keeps hemorrhaging spots here. He's down to fourth, but again, he could be saving a little bit here and thinking this thing out. I like what I'm seeing out of Zach M. I mean, he's been fairly aggressive over the course of his time here, but this seems to be a new driver here tonight.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of guys take it easy on their stuff right now, and I like it. It's lined up. Look, yellow flag, just as I mentioned.
Ryman Castle in trouble here. The 56, early damage on the left front.
Single car spin here, looks like.
Let's get a look, see if we can figure out what happened to Ryman. You see him, he's got the 0-8 of Bernard Person on the outside. Ooh, and they're awful close on entry. A little rubbing, another little rub. And it's hard to say whether he just didn't take entry to that corner or the 0-8 come down on him, but nonetheless, contact, and around he goes.
That was a full-on kerfuffle there, Dean. Looks like they didn't want to give and one didn't want to go.
I have a little DC Doe. I don't even know what is that one.
That was the D-Dido that
D
attacked.
Dido. My apologies to all you D Didoers out there.
It's a Darrell Waltrip
Now, what kind of gathering is that again? Put you on the
gathering.
spot.
The Spring Fling gathering.
Yeah, well, it's a little where you would do a D Dido type of thing there.
Oh no, that's a D-Dido on the track, right? Is that what we're talking about, right? We're talking about.
It's all good. I'll let it go from here. Dylan Connor out front right now. The 92. Putting on a show. Well, holding them off, I should say. Walker coming real fast. And how about Larson Parker? Up 4 spots early on. The 18 on the move.
And also owner of the fastest lap of the race thus far. So Larson's got a pretty quick machine.
Absolutely. The 81 down there on the turf. Just, I don't know if he's milking fuel or what's going on down there.
Yeah, it could be. Trying to save fuel on a half-mile track.
Hey, every little bit helps.
It does.
Take a look in on Andrew Perry. Always love that paint job out of Andrew. There's a real good look to it for my eye. Up 3 spots here so far. Adam Newton also up 3. Brian Cole's up 4. Werdeman up 5. And Marvin, our big mover, up 8 spots on the night.
So interesting to see. Marvin reached out again, said that he felt pretty good about this racetrack tonight. Up 8 spots, really suiting him.
I guess so. Dylan, great start that time. Walker in second, under heat from Larson Parker. Larson Parker in the 18, a man on the mission.
Or the move.
Or the move. Making the low move, no problem there. Walker trying to hold off Miller, who's charging. Miller won't get it, so Walker files into third. But Larson Parker early on showing to have the most speed, but still, it's Dylan Connor out front.
Yeah, so lap 14 of a 150 lap event. Fastest mover on the track right now, Larson Parker, chasing down Dylan Connor. Walker Cole, Austin Miller, Tyler Lehm still in the top 5 and showing what some promises he can be.
Yeah, Tyler Lehm, points leader. Love what I'm seeing out of him so far this season. Really working the car, understanding points racing, and no wins so far, but the points leader. To me, that's championship driving.
Interesting to note, Matt Ennie in the 88 machine fell all the way back to 16th spot, 12 spots down. Did he pit?
Well, we can get a look in and see.
The yellow flag is out.
And it looks like he did, in fact, pit as we come under yellow. And oh no, it's our leader, Dylan Connor.
Oh no.
Wow, tragedy for Dylan Connor. Let's get a look in on it. So Dylan got Larson Parker in second. Larson got a nice run here. Up high. Come down into entry and bam, there it is. Different braking spot. Just takes him out basically. So Dylan will not be happy about that.
Not from the lead, no. Not on lap, 20.
Wow, so Dylan goes from first to last in that exchange. Rubbing salt in the wound here, Baron.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for our leader. New leader now becomes who? Larson?
New leader Larson Parker, Miller, and Lehm on pit road. You got Walker Cole. Brian Helm is in. Brian Cole's in. Werdeman. So we talk about these early pit stops being the key. This seems to be it here on lap 18. We had some takers on 9. We got others on 18. I don't think you'll see any of these guys come in again unless tires are at a real premium.
Right, and as we see more of these caution flags, it just helps these guys out in the long run. So these guys hoping for some green flag racing now as most of the field is still out on old tires.
Don Jordan comes in here, late pit stop.
Good looking throwback to Mark Martin there. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Very nice. Running the NASC logo there. I believe that's a personal league logo of his. Sharp looking car. So you look who's out front. Austin Miller slips into the lead here after the wreck by Dylan
Hang
Connor.
on, we're not going green.
And we had pit
Not
stops
going
by a
green.
few guys. So Miller and Lehm, last year's champ, this year's leader, running 1-2.
Parker on pit road sacrificing the first, or was he asked to move back?
Let's get a look and see if Parker pitted here. No stops, so
End of the
Parker
line
looks
penalty.
like end of the line penalty. Not a big surprise there. I mean, the problem is it doesn't help Dylan, does it? He doesn't get his spots back, but nonetheless, they'll both recover and learn a little bit from this, hopefully. Andrew Perry's been real good this season. I don't know if the results have reflected it, but he's up in third right now as we get ready to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by Andrew's positions. He's been getting incrementally better every race, and a win is coming his way shortly. So we're looking forward to seeing Andrew occupy victory lane sometime soon.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag drops. Miller down and away. Lehm slides right into second. Perry into third. So everybody status quo. Here comes Newton. Newton's up 7 spots, and he's got Person and Spear right there. All these guys up a lot of spots. 7, 12, and 9 spots.
Yeah, Zach Woods showing up for the first time tonight. We talked about Zach having a solid evening. Adam Cole going to be there. And we talked about Matt Eddy, maybe taking that early pit stop. That's placed him in the top 10 already, Dean.
Yeah. I mean, big shuffles up in here in the leaderboard. Single file up front mostly, and then you got a bit of a cluster back here where Walker Cole is stuck. He's got Larson Parker on the move again down on that low end. So Parker wasting no time trying to move through the field.
And it looks like he's got something figured out on that low line. That car's really rotating the center there in that 18 machine.
Yeah, you might want to just, hook on that bumper and see if you can't learn a little something. Or you could just hook the bumper. Man, that's another way to go about it.
Not the best option, but it does work.
It does work, there's no doubt. Miller out front. Man, you don't want to give Austin Miller this kind of track position early on. He can work that whole track now, Baron. Really run his line, be very comfortable and smooth. This is dangerous for everybody.
It sure is, and we've seen Austin do this before and absolutely dominate a race. I believe right now he's just managing his stuff because he's not under any pressure yet. So we'll see. Austin already got tires. He already stopped.
Yeah, Miller stopped right away on lap 9, I believe. Yep. So here, you can just see how smooth he is. Let's get a look in on Lehm and see how he's by comparison. Both these guys seem very smooth. Oh, little corrections from Lehm. So Lehm's working a little harder here.
Yep. Oh, look at the beautiful Jack Daniels paint scheme on the back of that car.
That's an automatic shot for Baron.
Stuff right there.
If we get a close up of that, that's the bottle goes open immediately.
So much joy.
He's thinking about those spring flings again.
Yep.
I don't know if you can actually remember them if you use Jack Daniels, though. Can you, Baron?
I remember going.
I remember going.
I remember the walk in.
Some of the stories people told me about.
We're walking in, walking out. A little hazy.
You know you had fun though, right?
Great time. Yep.
All right, so these top 6 at the back, you got Zach M. Woods here riding right now. He was up front at one point, or near the front, but we had some stuff go on. So, and how about Dylan Connor? He's working his way back up, already up to 8. So Dylan and Larson nose to tail again.
Yeah, and we'll see if maybe patience is a virtue here for these two. I know Dylan's not going to let him by.
He's not going to let him by, but he didn't last time either. So we'll see if Parker here decides to do the same thing, or a little more patience. He's got
Right
Walker
now.
all over him too, so this is a good little group of drivers here.
Yeah, right now Jason Spears holding up the whole line. So now we know Jason's a solid race car driver. We'll see if Dylan gets a nose. Looks like he does.
Well, Jason's very solid, but he's a very patient driver. He's not going to race you on lap. Well, he'll race you, but I mean, he is not going to put that car in bad spots here on lap 36 at 150.
Right, and you can see that on his highline effort right now. He's doing a real good job. So Jason, love Jason, love that guy. Absolutely great race car driver.
Oh, and
love
Parker's blinking out. So we got a problem from the 18. Going to cause problems for anybody driving around him, and you can see Spear now giving more room to that car.
Yeah.
Seems to have settled down. Walker, of course, fishtailing through the corner there, and we've seen the antics of the 10 machine before.
Yeah, like we were watching pre-race, he parked the car in the hauler on the infield. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was something. Walker just playing around there, backed it right into the hauler. That was very interesting. Not caught on the broadcast, unfortunately. Tyler Lehm sitting in second. It's Miller out front. Perry in third. Newton in fourth. Woods into fifth position. And Bernard Persson, up 11 spots, is on the tail end of this group. So how about Bernie, eh?
Yeah. Last minute entry into the race. And here he is finding himself almost knocking on the top 5.
Well, Bernie, we know he's got a new computer and getting his wheel to adjust to that computer and software and problems, and I think he's finally got it ironed out. One thing we do know about the 08, he's got some talent there, and he can drive that machine.
Sure does, and he's showing it right now, D.
Yeah, he's looking pretty smooth out there. A little wiggle off the corner. He's got heat everywhere, though. Behind him, Dylan Connor, Larson Parker, and Walker Cole have joined this group. So, man, oh man, is this a group.
Yeah, and we know these two machines are coming forward. So Bernie found himself popped out of there like a grape.
Yeah, I think he just missed the corner there, or he decided I don't want to race these guys.
Yeah.
Not this early, anyway. I think you might be seeing something from the 08. He's just letting them go, I'm pretty sure. Out front, still Miller, and Lehm trying to chase him down. I like Perry, though. I like the way he's driving. Let's get a look in on Perry from the cockpit.
Yeah, nice and smooth. Good effort here.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not too much turn there. Flatten it out on exit. Very nice and straight here. A little more turn in this corner. But yeah, no real correction at all, Baron. You like to see that early in the race. Save those tires a little bit.
Yeah, and the other two aren't getting away from him, so he's obviously kind of on cruise control right now.
So we got a bit of a parade going on out here right now. Everybody in line, doing their thing. Got to go a little further back here, and you see Adam Cole's leading. Brian Cole coming through underneath. I think that's the 56 of Ryman Castle on the high side there.
Yeah, and Marvin goes in there and clears Alan Rowell. And Larson Parker got around Dylan Connor, Dean. I don't know if he had to muscle his way through this time, but it looks like he's got in front of that machine.
Yeah, Larson Parker, man, is really driving the wheels off this thing. Just got by Zach M. Woods, so Parker not going to sit still. He's going to the front regardless. The battle, Dylan Connor has got Zach Woods on the outside. Now Walker working on Woods.
So a third of the race in, and we still got Austin Miller out front. Great battles from Dylan Connor and Larson Parker as they've come from the back of the field to the front, both finding themselves hunting that top 5.
Oh my goodness, this top 8 or 9 or 10 are under a blanket here. I mean, nobody's getting away here at all, Baron.
No, it's not, and you can tell once you get a nose under a guy, it's hope you can clear him real quick. Otherwise, you're side by side for a while. You can watch that string of cars get further and further away.
Yeah, absolutely. You need that single lane where you can feather it out to the wall. Without it, you're going to lose ground. You can see Walker, as soon as he clears, and little violent move out of that car there, but he'll close right back in on this pack again.
Yeah, and nose to tail right now. Love seeing it. And Miller's not getting away from anybody out here either. So I like that everybody's kind of all under the same blanket here, Dean. This is going to be a driver's race tonight.
Now, Baron, talk a little bit about, you see some of these cars off the corner getting a little loose, a little tail happy, and what kind of effect, long-term effect, is that going to have on your tires and your car?
Well, I think what I've been noticing out of some of these drivers is the shallower they enter into these kind of these sweeping turns here at Five Flag, the looser that car becomes as it's coming off the track or off the turn. So we're seeing some guys enter shallow, get real loose out the back end. We just saw it there. So I'm wondering if maybe the guys who are really arcing that car in late into the turn aren't finding some more speed down the back straightaway.
Yeah, you might be right there. As it wears on, I mean, the car is not going to get happier. So you put more heat in that tire, it's only going to get worse, is it not, Baron?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That right front's taking a beating right now. So as they continue to, progress through laps, we're going to start seeing the tire wear become something that has to be managed. You will see them start to get loose. You'll see some guys start to get real tight. They'll wash up in the center of the turn. And that creates problems. You get a loose car next to a tight car, and you get calamity after that.
We do indeed. We do not want to see any of Calamity Jane's old tricks here. Larson Parker continuing to move. Now up 4 spots on the night. Probably made about 30 passes in this race so far. So the 18 machine really coming.
Yeah, and he's got a ton of speed. I'm a little surprised that our drivers who took tires early have not separated themselves. So the track temperature must be really playing a role right now in how these things handle.
Yeah, tires haven't seemed to be any sort of a factor. Let's get a look in on their pit stops here. And you see the top 7 haven't even pitted. So, I mean, they're doing just fine here. Walker, the first guy on newer pits, you see him back here in 8th position.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so the track really becoming a, an equalizer.
Is it like a Denzel Washington resident?
Queen Latifah now, right?
Oh, Queen Latifah, yes. I stand corrected.
Because when you think about badass, you think about Queen Latifah, right?
Oh, always. It's amazing. It's kind of like when I think of the women's weightlifting champ. Never mind. We'll let that go. Austin Miller out front. Tyler Lehm in 2nd. Larson Parker hunting from 3rd. It's Andrew Perry in 4th. Dylan Connor in 5th position. Then Newton. Adam Newton out here fighting in the 82. He's in 6th, up 5 spots on the night. We seen him get loose a little earlier on. Cost him a couple, but having a good race. Bernard Person, he's up 10 spots. So the 08, is really doing a nice job here. But these two kind of fading off the top group here.
So Easter's coming up.
All right.
Easter's coming. You a Peep guy, Dean, or are you more of a Cadbury egg guy?
What was the first choice?
Peeps.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Peeps, but I don't know.
You know what a peep is?
I don't, I'm in Canada, so you got to speak Canadian to me.
Well, it's
I like a big bunny. Okay.
Think about it like this: a peep is a marshmallow covered in sugar.
Well, I don't know. I think I'll just pass. I mean, like I said, I'm a bunny man.
You like the chocolate bunny?
Well, I didn't say anything about chocolate,
You just like bunnies.
but well, bunnies of a sort. But nonetheless, no, a big chocolate bunny. Yeah, you know, just that's Easter to me. Gotta have the chocolate bunny.
I personally, I'm a Cadbury egg guy.
Yeah, well, you know what I like is those the eggs with the prizes in them. Now, what were they?
Special. Yeah, because they used to have money in them. Remember?
They had money in them.
Yeah, like your parents would hide them and go find the egg, and they'd have a buck in it or something like
What
that.
kind of parents did you have?
You go right to the video game place and you play Pac-Man for a half hour.
I'll be calling my mother after this broadcast.
So you broke broad, man. Why did you couldn't come off a quarter?
Baron's getting cash. I mean, the Tooth Fairy, maybe.
Tooth Fairy? That's extortion.
That is. I yanked out all my teeth.
Take a tooth, get a quarter. What is that? Do that today, it's $150.
Austin Miller leading this thing. We're approaching halfway here in the Spring Fling 150. Woo! Tyler Lehm hanging that thing out there behind him.
Yeah, buddy. That was awesome. And these two kind of separating themselves from everybody else now. It looks like while we were chatting about peeps and eggs, Austin Miller and Tyler Lehm have kind of moved away from the rest of the field here.
Yeah, they have. And it's not a big surprise. I mean, we've seen when they were driving, we've seen their in-car cameras, very smooth, and this is going to pay off dividends as the run goes along. Look for another guy, we look back at Jason Spear. We've seen what he was doing early, kind of laying back, biding his time. Look for him to start moving forward here. I mean, he's got some work to do, no doubt, but currently showing in 10th position. Zach Woods back here, he is struggling here now.
Yeah, it looks like the track is taking a turn. What we were talking about, Dylan Connor and Larson Parker a little bit ago, and they have just started to fall like a rock, so they probably knocked the new off the card here. Dean, what do you think?
I think so. I think what you're seeing is these guys who are pushing the car, like you said, taking shallower entries and really getting that car out of balance, creating, left or right front wear, probably right rear wear as well. Oh, and we got an incident. It's Cole on Cole crime.
Oh, no.
Adam Cole, Walker Cole. Walker's still in the wall.
Oh, no.
Let's get a look in and see what's occurred here. You see Adam way back from Walker. Walker up front, all kinds of wiggling out of the Walker machine. Comes in and it just breaks on him. Bam! Down to the inside wall, and Adam gets abused by that situation.
Yeah,
wow.
A lot of smoke coming out of that 10 machine.
So tires are a premium tonight. You're seeing everybody come in, whether they pitted before or not. They're all heading down to pit road. Well, not all. Matt Eddy staying out.
This might be the move of the race, Dean. We've seen this before, but what we also noticed is tires didn't matter the last time through. So we'll see if Matt's got some rabbit in his hat. Speaking of
I
Easter.
like it. Matt is literally the only guy that did not come in. I think Walker's smoking. He's got to come in and use a fast repair if he has one. I don't think they have one anymore. So his night could be over. That's unfortunate.
That is
this wasn't
machine, yeah.
suited for him. I mean, he likes to hang that car out, and I think that thing was just getting evil on him as this race wore on.
Well, he's got some issues now, so we'll see if he can get that thing fixed to get back out here again.
See everybody coming off the pit road here. So Matt Eddy out front. Will this be the move of the race, or will this cause carnage and wreak havoc on the field? We're going to find out here shortly.
Yeah, I got to believe this is not a bad move. I really don't hate it. If Matt's got tires and he's got the fuel, we've seen the older tires hold off the newer ones. And Matt Eddy's talented, so I don't hate this, Steve.
Well, I'm not a big fan of it. 70 lap older tires from what we've seen, I mean, Matt Eddy, very talented. He could make this work, but I'm not going to bet on it, Baron.
Right. Yeah. Well, I hear what you're saying.
I
We'll
mean,
see what happens.
but
Yeah.
if you can hold out here to maybe lap 110 or 100, 110, somewhere in there, and
Another
then
quick
pit,
caution. Yeah.
it might be to your benefit.
Yep. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And
I would have come in. I would have definitely come in.
I mean, we'll just say
Hang
anything
on,
up
we're
here,
not
though,
going green.
Baron.
Not going
Anything that
green.
seems to make any kind of sense, right?
That's right. No, I mean, we're wrong all the time, so, I mean, we got it covered. You say it's a good move. I say it's a bad move. We're going to be right either way, Baron.
I like where your head's at. We're right no matter what you say. Said no one ever about our broadcasts. If you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome to Wind Tunnel TV. We're going to keep it light. We're going to talk about current events. We're going to talk about entertainment, and we're going to talk about racing tonight, folks. So if you're in the YouTube chat and you want to talk about something fun, let's have it, because we're at lap 83 of 150, and we're about to go green again.
Yes, sir. Eddie out front. Miller, Connor, Lehm, Parker, your top five. Perry, Newton, Rowell, Werderman, and Helm in the top 10. Pace car off the track and a quick green. We're down and racing in the Spring Fling 150. Eddie from the outside. I like the call to take that high line. And he's going to rock the high line all through the corner. Woo.
Yep,
That is
big,
dangerous.
Yeah, big shot out the front, and we'll see if Austin can't help himself to the lead now.
Well, I think he's leaving room. I'm not sure why he'd be running that high other than to leave room. I mean, I like this out of Eddie. He's got no intentions of keeping the lead. He led a lap. This is a strategy play. He's not going to sit in here and try and run that bottom and get knocked out in a wreck.
Yeah, well, he's way up in the dirty stuff right now. He needs to be careful, because that car's going to hit the wall.
Yeah, he might be hanging it out a little too high. Oh, he's blinking, so a little problem there. Dylan Connor coming underneath, trying to make the move. Next in line is going to be Lehm along with Larson Parker. Miller sets the fastest lap of the race, so Miller out there rocking it now.
Yep, and then getting chased down now here. Dylan Connor, we know, had a fast car. Larson Parker had a fast car. Tyler Lehm had a fast car. So if they can manage their P's and Q's here, it'd be interesting to see as we close in on the end of the race if those cars start to turn evil on them again, see who comes out the front side.
Yeah, I think they can manage the P's, but I don't know about the Q's so much, Barry.
Yeah, I manage my P, try to go as few times as possible so I don't have to give up my bar stool.
You don't even remember where you peed during the Spring Fling of 1984.
No, there was a tent maybe. I don't know. No, that was a complete loss of memory right there. No
You
question.
said something about you thought it was a washroom. I'm not sure.
No, tent. I think I peed on the outside of a tent.
There you have it, folks. More nuggets coming from the booth. Miller out front, rocking here. Just ran a 17.26. Connor a 17.24. So
They're hustling now.
they are hustling, and Connor's coming. I mean, make no mistake. And Parker's up to third, so Parker, he just put a 17.18. So Parker's coming.
He previously had fast lap first half of this race, so we know he's got some speed in that 18.
Yeah, Lehm in fourth, Perry still in fifth. Then it's Newton being harassed by teammate Brian Helm and Marvin Termeyer. Helm with the move to the bottom.
Bringing Marvin Termeyer with him?
Yeah, Marvin's trying to get a nose under there. He's going to do it. So Marvin, he was talking good about this race. He was talking good a couple of weeks ago, too. We'll see how this plays out for Marvin. I tell you, Larson Parker is absolutely flying, though, Baron. continuing to put fast laps, a tenth or more faster than our leaders. So the 18 in a hurry here. Lap 95, a 150.
Yeah, and he's creeping up on that second place machine of Dylan Connor again. We saw what happened when Dylan had the lead. Hopefully we don't get history repeat itself. The spring fling will be a spring swing.
Yeah, the spring slam. So both these guys starting to close in on our leader by the looks of it, but Miller's still running impressive times. Perry also a 17:30 running good times. Lehm a little quicker than that, or actually a little slower than that last time by. So
And Perry almost off the wall there, real close.
So
Interesting racing up front here, yeah.
I'm on board here with Larson Parker. And you see Parker, a little different driving style here, Baron.
Yeah, real fast hands. He's really hustling the wheel, which is cool. Great driving, and it is fast. It does wear out the machine though a little bit. So, but Larson's a better race car driver than I am, and there he is putting this thing solidly in third place, and he really is hustling that machine.
I mean, it's wild to watch. I mean, this is living on the edge right here.
Yeah, and you can see he's really hunting that white line at the bottom. That time he didn't get there, but lap before he was almost had his left sides right there below that.
So when you see this kind of wheel movement, is your opinion that, come the last 10, 20, 30 laps that he should fall off due to tire wear?
Well, what he's managing right here is a rear wheel spin. So he's keeping the wheel fast to keep the front end fluid, so that should the back end try to come around, he doesn't sacrifice a lot of speed in the loose conditions. So really the rear tire is going to take it on the chin more than the fronts will if he keeps that up. But it does make for a very fast car.
Have you ever considered being a politician?
Not at all, no.
I'm just wondering.
I'm no good
Because you can
at
say a lot without answering the question.
Well, give me the question again.
No, it's all good.
I'm here to help.
Oh, no. The worst words you can hear from a government agent.
How can I help?
So Miller's still leading, but Connor really stalking Parker, coming in a hurry. This is turning out to be, wouldn't you know it, another fine finish to the race. I mean, we're still a ways away from that, but these guys, week in, week out, you just can never call the race until the last lap.
That's true, and if these guys stay in touch like they are right now, any one of the three of them could actually bring home the checkered flag.
Well, we seen what happened in the last one. Miller started to walk away a little bit, but I mean, I think it was Connor who was up there with him. Oh, and we got caution. Looks like that's the 26 machine. That's Brian Helm up there. Some people getting involved doing some avoidance techniques. I'm not sure about the training course they were involved in. Nonetheless.
All kinds of landmines going on out there.
Let's see what happened to Mr. Helm here. Oh, he's got Marvin right behind him, coming into the corner. And he throws it in pretty hard. Marvin gets a nice big run, a little contact. And Marvin right on through to the other side.
Come on through, man.
Break on through. So I'm not sure. They're a little aggressive, but it almost looked like that could have been some payback. I don't know.
There wasn't no give.
There was no give, and we're used to seeing Marvin kind of, hold up after he gets in contact. I didn't see any hold up there, so could be a little payback or a little frustration from the 16 machine there.
Well, that brings out the fifth caution of the night, right? So lap 108 of 150. Be interesting to see if anybody comes in and grabs tires. Walker Cole got the lucky. Look for him.
Yep, coming around, gonna put him back on the lead lap. Watch out for Walker now. He'll come in, get some fresh rubber, and gonna be super interesting. Matt Eddy comes in, so pit stops here. A little surprised not to see more people on pit road. Eddy's in, Lester's in. I love these calls from both of them. And this, what did I say? Like lap 100,
you called
110 for Eddy? This
Yep,
is
you sure
perfect
did.
for him. I don't know if it'll work out, but this is as good as what he could hope for.
Yep, yeah, you called it.
Looks like someone driving pretty reckless down here. It's Lester. I thought he went right through a few walls and stuff, but
Maybe he's looking
kind
for
of
Walker's hauler down there.
some kind of graphical error there. So Miller, Parker, Lehm, Perry, Termeyer, your top 5, Newton, Person, Roel, Werderman, and Adam Cole in your top 10. So Cole was involved in that early crash with Walker. He's moved to 10th. Walker gets his lap back. The Coles are back in business.
And that's not good news for anybody, except the Coles.
Except for the Coles, for sure. Little comment from Spear there. What was he asking you, Baron, about a shrimp basket?
How you like your shrimp? And I was like, in bulk.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Hey,
Not
definitely.
going green.
So we'll wait to get this thing completely sorted out and correct here. This is going to be a key restart here, especially for Parker, I think. What do you do here, Baron? I mean, is your objective to get into second as fast as possible, or to race Miller on the outside and potentially lose a few spots being hung out on the high side?
It depends on what he thinks about his vehicle. Did he let him go? Does he have the speed to stay with him? Can he make the pass? If you're questioning any of that, I think you get down and you get down as early as possible and hope for a mistake. But if you think you got the machine, take him on the outside.
I mean, I think he's looking win. I think this is all that Larson is thinking about, and he's going to do everything he can from that outside. I think it's a mistake, personally, but if you're that kind of driver, you want to win. This is how you get it done. You got to race for it, and you got to do it from the outside.
Yeah, I agree.
And we have seen people. And what's going on with Marvin? Marvin being black flagged here to the end of the longest line for that incident. Yeah. Very unfortunate for Marvin.
Yeah, that's on.
But I mean, it wasn't. I mean, he drove right into him and right through him. So no real dispute on that call there.
Right.
To get that sorted out, I think we're taking one extra lap here. All this helps Miller, and watch out, don't forget about Matt Eddy back in 18th position. Walker Cole in 19th. Of course, Marvin back there in 20th now. These guys be looking to come forward in a hurry. Here we go, pace cars off. Green flag down. Miller, a good launch, and that's going to put Parker on the outside of Lehm. Lehm on the underneath, looking for second place. Wow, great run from Parker. Holy cow.
Parker said, "I'm going to make this outside work." Son, watch this.
Yeah, and he did. A little late, though, to get it going, or he'd be up beside Miller. But right now, I like where he's at. He's back there. He's got to get on that bumper and start to harass. A little further back, you got Adam Cole on the outside. Zach Woods, trouble, the 56. Oh, he hangs on to it. Ryman Castle, your points leader, just saved a bunch of points there.
Hell of a save.
Up the wall, Adam Cole. He's doing the Chastain around the corner here. Not sure that works here.
No, not well, anyways.
So Larson Parker in second, fighting. Oh, and we got a wreck. I hear some squealing. It's Perry around.
Oh, Perry having such a good run tonight.
Looks like the 26 of Helm got a piece of that as well. Let's see here. Perry right from behind Lehm. It's got, oh, and comes up right on the bumper. Contact, checks up. Person into him. Newton gets a piece of it. Helm gets turned under braking. Not a whole lot of damage to the secondary wrecks there, but that was just unfortunate. Perry, slight contact, and then the checkup after that contact caused the person to get into him a little bit, and around he went.
Unfortunate turn of events there. Perry having a really good evening.
Yeah, and this has kind of been the story of the year for him. Much improved, really showing some speed. Just hasn't found the luck that he would like so far. As we know, though, Baron, you kind of make your own luck. I mean, it takes time to get to that stage, and I think we're looking. Perry's going to break through here soon.
Yeah, and he's had some solid runs, but sometimes the finishes don't show how well he's been running.
So now you got Miller, Parker. How about Bernard Person up into third, Newton into fourth, and Jeff Werdeman into fifth? These three guys making big moves here.
Yeah, and look, 10 spots up. Werdeman's had a very quiet night, and he's certainly looking really good. Top 5 right now for Jeff. Just under 30 to go. I like his chances here.
What about Alan Roel? 11 spots he's up so far, sitting in 7th. So the 94 machine riding that Menard's paint job, and he's making some moves.
Great looking car there, Dean. I really enjoy that. Alan, a hard charger. We know he loves to charge the corners. He said it in his interviews. I would have thought Five Flags might have been a challenge for a driver like that, but here he is right up here in 7th.
Speak of paint jobs, I know right behind him, Jason Spear up 8 spots. He's personally in love with this paint job, and it's a good looking car. But I mean, you ask Jason, that is the best paint job on iRacing.
Yeah, he loves it, and good for him too.
Isn't that what matters? I mean, I know, I played various sports and all that, and they talk about say suits in the office or something to dress for success. Well, I feel that way about everything, including my car paint. If it looks good, I feel good, and I drive good.
Well, he's got himself a nice machine.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, a good start from Parker, but he jumped it. And I don't think that's going to be legal. It might be. Miller's going to have to fight from the low side. Parker might just be best to give that back before he gets a penalty. He might not get one. This is a duel now. My goodness. Parker on the outside. Miller on the low side. They continue to fight. And we got another wreck.
Another wreck out back, yeah.
And Adam Cole again involved. Looks like Spear, that pretty paint job, getting all messed up. Don Johnson here in the 6th machine. He's riding around. Something happened up in front of him. They're 3 wide up there. Oh, and there it goes. We're going to have to get a better look at this.
That's a fracas.
Yeah, that's going to cause a ruckus. This is what it's going to do. So you got Spear, Roel, and that looks like Lehm right there. It looks like Spear gets into the 99. Ooh, and secondary contact from multiple fronts there. And they're still wrecking.
Big crashes.
48's involved. That's Lester. My goodness.
Whole lot of them.
That's a whole lot of 11 gone wrong.
Yeah. It's bad touch.
So Roel, we just talked about having a nice run. In he comes with severe damage. Lehm's in with damage. Eddie, that's the problem with these strategies. You get to the back into the ruckus, and that's what happens. Of course, Walker's involved. He's back there fighting. So all these guys are in deep, deep trouble here. And Larson Parker has taken the lead, and I don't know how clean that was, Baron. I mean, it's not for us to say, but that was a skeptical restart, and we'll be seeing what Miller does to try and counteract that.
Right. Well, Austin Miller, champion here, winner of 6 events last year. So Austin Miller, maybe questioning the restart, but he's not questioning his ability to win a race.
No, he's got the talent, and we know he's got the booze on the machine to get the aggression up if he need be. But yeah, Miller's going to do everything he can, but take nothing away from Parker. I mean, when you're doing these restarts, you've got to try. You got to try and time it. You got to try and jump it. He did that. I'm not faulting him for what he did. I just don't think it was particularly. I think he was a little ahead, but nonetheless, talented driver. Maybe the fastest driver here tonight, Baron.
Yeah, he's sure showing some speed. I like what he did with the start, I do, but I just think it was just off by a hair.
Exactly. But they're going to let it go, and hey, power to them. I mean, it's hard to see these things, and we might see it wrong. We admit that each and every week. We see things differently. Nonetheless, Parker and Miller. Parker down and away. Miller can't quite get to his outside, and Parker disappears. Back he is. So Parker having some connection issues as well, and he gets loose off the corner. Here comes Person down underneath Newton, so the 08 moves into third position. Werdeman trying to come through.
Yeah,
Newton closes the door
barely,
and starts to go underneath Person. So
looking
Newton
for the crossover. Yeah.
Here.
Wow. Good racing going on here.
I know I raced the other night with Mr. Newton. He managed to beat me, and he won the race. And hats off to him. He had a heck of a race.
Yeah, good for him, yeah.
Battle raging on now. The 56 Ryman Castle, your points leader, up into sixth position late. This is what champions do, and he's doing it.
Yeah, and he's knocking on Jeff Werdeman's back door now. So with the laps winding down, look at that 56 car make an appearance.
Yeah, just awesome to see from Ryman. I mean, like I said, champions know how to get points. They get everything they can late in the race. Here he is, up into the top 5. Out front, though, it's Parker. Parker with a little wiggle. Miller now trying everything he can to get to that bumper.
So Larson Parker got a mirror full of that 42 machine. And we know we've seen Austin Miller do this time in and time again. Looks like he's just managing his tires right now with 16 to go. Look at that.
I think he's playing
the groove, yeah.
It looks like he's playing a game that I used to play, and that's go high to low. And the guy in front of you, if he's looking in his mirror, he's just going to see you on the left and on the right and on the left and on the right. He thinks you're moving all over the place. He gets worried about you.
Another caution.
We got a caution. Looks like it's Perry again. Unfortunate.
Oh my goodness. Things have gone from bad to worse.
You see Perry behind him. You got the 99, the 88. Oh, and Adam Cole into the wall in front of him. He checks up a little bit for that, and the 99 just gets into him there. That's Lehm.
Hate it for Tyler.
Actually, it's Lehm that's the points leader. I better get my stuff correct here.
Hate it for Tyler.
Yes,
too.
it's Lehm who's the points leader. Ryman Castle, not the points leader. So I'm getting them mixed up, and I apologize for that, folks.
Dean, it's all the whiskey, man. I'm telling you, just take it easy. We're good here. Just crack another bottle.
Is that what you can drink your way out of this? Is what you're saying?
You can.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Don't raise the bar too high on us here, Dean.
Doctor's orders.
That's right.
If it's not working, just try more.
Dr. Daniels.
Oh boy. So 13 to go now in the Spring Fling 150. Parker and Miller, Person and Newton, Castle and Werdeman in the top 6. Dylan Connor is right there in 7th with Marvin, Woods, and Brian Cole up into the top 10. First time we really called on him tonight.
Yeah, and Brian having a real quiet evening. Unlike the 10 machine, he typically finds himself hunting the lead this late in the race. So it would appear that the 10 car, or that 01, I should say, not having the night he expected.
I don't think he's really adjusted to these late models quite yet. He will eventually, there's no doubt about that. But he was supremely good in the super lates, and maybe just not having the time to put in the laps yet, Baron.
Well, he is one of the admins here at the league, and he's probably doing a lot of league admin stuff takes away from his practice time. Still, that's a talented driver right there. I'm a little surprised to see him that far back right now.
See Marvin Termeyer eating those tires up, left, right, left, right. Oof, and you hear the engine revving up. People getting aggressive, getting ready. I'm not sure this is a good sign. You do get amped up on these late restarts, do you not, Baron?
Oh, every time. And the guessing game's beginning. Like, how do I get the most out of this restart? Because once we get single file, it's super hard to pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Hearing a lot of revving engines out there. Parker and Miller going to slug it out. Person and Newton looking to capitalize. Oh, great quick start out of our leader, Larson Parker. Miller right into second. Person underneath on the low side on Newton. Newton rocking the high side.
Burning some pressure here, but he's going to clear himself.
He's drifting up the track. They're going to go 3 wide, down into 1. I'm not sure this can work. Ryman Castle takes it to third, and they do not make it. Big wreck. So carnage was inevitable there, and it did come. You see the 3 of them up there almost. Oh, and on the high side, Newton just breaks loose. Termeyer gets creamed. Werdeman gets a shot. And this is going to shake things up again.
Like a martini.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is this shaken not stirred or stirred?
Both.
Seems like someone's been stirring up the red and black ants a little bit, getting them all riled up.
Red and black ants. God, I haven't heard that one forever.
Well, I thought maybe I got you for once. You didn't get the reference.
No, I do remember. I haven't heard that forever.
There goes. Is that Marvin? No. That's Mr. Tyler Lehm coming around, getting the lucky dog. Now that's the Subway. What are you ordering down at the Subway, Baron?
I love the roast beef. Love, love, love it. Extra cheese, get a little mayonnaise on there. Oh, yeah.
You know, I was looking for a nice roast beef roast for weeks. Finally had one the other night. My goodness, was it good.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Subway does a pretty good job with their sandwiches.
I can't say that I've been there too often. I like a good Quiznos. I don't know if you have that in the States.
We do. We do. Quiznos is good. I don't mind it.
Well, you can get those, baked sandwiches type.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, I really like those. Yep.
So as we talk sandwiches, these guys are talking about who's going to win this race. 4 laps to go here. Parker, Miller, Castle now into third. Person in fourth. Connor, Woods, Brian Cole, Adam Cole, Eddie, and Walker Cole up into the top 10.
Lots of Coles.
The Coles making an appearance late in the top 10, all 3 of them.
Could be on the verge of another first-time winner here, Dean. Who you got?
I don't know. I mean, I think something crazy is going to happen, and I think Ryman Castle in the 56 comes out victorious.
I like your pick. That's not bad at all. Ryman has had a night, so, if he doesn't win this thing, my goodness. Think he's come from the back to the front twice?
I'm sure he has. It's been a wild one. Here we go. Another quick start from Parker. Castle does get underneath of Miller, so Ryman Castle quickly into second. Miller trying the crossover. I don't know if he's got it. He is underneath them, so great move for the 42.
Yeah, so Austin Miller with 2 to
Oh,
go.
and he's lost it. He saved it. Great job of
it.
saving it. He's going to be under heat now from Connor. But we're getting down to the white flag here. Larson Parker out front. Going to take this thing home if Ryman Castle can't do something extraordinary. It's Larson Parker out of 4 coming down for your victory. Connor fighting with Miller. Looks like Miller got him at the line for 3rd.
Crazy race. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. What a hell of a drive by Larson Parker tonight, Dean. Amazing drive.
Yeah, Larson, I mean, he come out and took this thing, and we talk about that. There's championship driving, and there's I'm going to win this darn race driving, and that's what Parker did tonight. Early on, contact on our leader, penalty, to the back he goes. He raced his way back through this field, wasn't shy about trying to take it. He was aggressive on the restart. Here he is in victory lane. You want to learn how to win races? This is how you win races. Maybe not championships, folks, but races.
Yeah, that was a hell of a drive by that driver right there.
Very impressive. Of course, Ryman Castle comes 2nd. What a job by him. Our points leader, who I was confusing with him for a while, Lehm, ends up back in 13th. But a good finish nonetheless. Right now, though, let's take a short commercial break. We come back, we'll get some interviews with our top finishers.
It starts right here and right now. Let's go racing from Daytona. Record 4th career championship, and Ray Alfalla back to the top of the mountain, and Garrett Lowe pushes the 30 out of the way. He'll come back on him now. Nick Ottinger on the inside, winner of the eNASCAR iRacing All-Star Race. Novak will squeeze on the outside, and for the first time, Zach Novak is the eNASCAR iRacing Series champion.
Look at this. 3 wide for the race lead into turn 1 in Indianapolis.
All right, back here at Five Flags in this Spring Fling 150. Larson Parker, your race winner, the 18 in the hometown of Colorado, taking this thing home. Great race. Had to come and take it, and did just that, Baron.
That was an awesome race, Dean. I love it when a plan comes together. Larson Parker had a plan tonight, win this race, and that's exactly what he did, and made it look easy.
Yeah, man, he did. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but yeah, I mean, he did. He come through from last to first. I mean, I guess that's making it look easy, isn't it? And what a job. Right now, we turn our attention to the 3rd place finisher, Mr. Austin Miller. Austin, heck of a race, man. And let's get right down to it. That last restart, what'd you think of it? And what'd you think of your night overall?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that, to be honest, on that last restart with him starting on the inside of the 2nd row. So I figured he would get inside of me. Getting chopped off 4 wasn't appreciated, but not really surprising. Other than that, the race was pretty solid. It was big track position. Larson got me on one of the restarts that had an immediate yellow. So that was kind of the race right there. If you had the lead and we didn't get more than like 8 laps green after that because I was faster than him. I probably could have got him on a green. But so good race.
Well, I love the confidence. I was faster than him. I mean, Parker was fast tonight, but we know what you have, and especially on the long run. How were you feeling out there? How crucial was it when you were in the lead for that long run to just run your line, roll those centers and everything? Because it looked like the longer that run would have went on, the more you might have been able to pull away.
Like 2 tenths off my fastest lap early in the race, so there wasn't really that much fall off, honestly. It'd get a little loose if you were pushing it, but when I was just kind of controlling and managing a gap when I got up front, so it wasn't that bad at all, honestly.
Well, you're doing a marvelous job. I don't know if this puts you back in the hunt here for the championship, but you got a championship under your belt now, and now you'd be looking, to go out here and get a win. What do you think about going forward next week? We head to the road, Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I won it in the Super last season, so I'm looking forward to it. This car honestly should drive similar to the Super on a road course because it has way too much downforce than I feel like it should. Less power though, so a little less fun. You won't see Walker drifting all over the place, or at least as fast. So
I wouldn't bet on that. But nonetheless, Austin, another great race. Sorry it didn't work out for you at the end there, but you put a hell of an effort forth, and we'll see you back in victory lane in no time, I'm sure. Congrats on third place, brother.
yep, thank you guys. Shout out to Dylan. He came in fourth. He honestly probably should have won the race. So shout out to him. He got wrecked like twice. So.
Yeah, tough night for Dylan. Class act, Austin Miller there, Baron, giving a shout out, to one of the competitors who definitely was fast, but just unfortunate circumstances.
It was unfortunate for Dylan Connor. Not so unfortunate, though, for my current guest, Ryman Castle, bringing home second place tonight. Ryman, hell of a night tonight. Do you have to use a clicker to count how many cars you passed this evening?
Yeah, just save tires. I mean, I watched the guys up front just blow my doors off and go, and I was like, all right, see you guys later. I'll see you at the end. And it almost worked out. I wish I had a few more laps. Could have raced with my teammate Parker there, or Larson there. He was pretty quick, but I know him. He's a gasser. He likes to burn his stuff up. That's usually how I am too. But I saved. I ran 17th till about 42 to go, and then I took off from there with good tires.
Yeah, and we saw you kind of go from the back to the front twice there. Tell me about your adventures this evening. How was Five Flags for you?
It was okay. I love this track and the Super. I absolutely hate these cars. I think it's a waste of time to run something bigger than a 3/8 mile. But the Super is fun because you can all throttle time here. If you want to be fast, you gotta blip the throttle right back in it. It's not fun. I like these cars. I think the sounds and everything are cool, but the drivability of them I think are trash. There's just too much grip, and then you burn your tires off too much. It's a different type of racing, and I'm trying to get used to it. But I like the off throttle times, setting a pass up. I mean, I don't know. I think these kind of suck, to be honest with you.
So tell me about it. Because we haven't driven these cars yet. So tell me about it. You think this is a car for bigger tracks, or do you think it's just a high downforce car that doesn't match a short track?
I think it's fun on short tracks. I don't know. Like they're cool because like you're throttled up the whole time. I mean, you're just hammered down. But on the edge of that, or the other opposite end of that, you burn your tires up within 50 laps. So you do have to, like, I ran half throttle all the way around there for 75 laps. I mean, just waiting. And then that right before we had that yellow at halfway, I was starting to pick some off. They're running them down because I saved tires and they didn't. I mean, it's cool because you gotta save, but like you have to be balls to the wall. Like you barely lift here. Like I don't know if we're at Five Flags or Atlanta. I like this track. It's fun, but something about these cars. They're almost too easy to drive. But then again, like you have to save tires too. So it's whoever saves the tires the most is who's gonna win the race.
Understood. So, look, Ryman, we're 3 weeks now, 4 weeks into this thing. What's your outlook for next week and maybe the rest of the season? We going for a championship?
I'd like to try, but we're getting about to start racing season up, so I got to be at the shop more. I've been up there a lot lately. Wednesdays are a big night. I help my buddy out with his car, and we have 3 race cars to work on throughout the week. I got a wife, 2 kids. He's got a wife and 2 kids, so our days are numbered in the shop, and so Wednesday is usually a pretty big one. So I'd like to say I'd be back, but no guarantees. I hope. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of burning my welcome out here anyways.
You're a hell of a race car driver, Ryman. We love having you out here. Congratulations on your second place finish. You got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to thank Brian and the guys for putting this league on. It is a lot of fun. I really do enjoy racing it. It's nothing against the people running it. It's the cars themselves I'm not a big fan of. I got to thank Rackley War Setup Shop, P1 Performance, Austin Maynard Racing, Rocket Fabrication Suspension, Jegs, the Cody Coughlin Company, Zach Woods Racing. Yeah, I don't know. You guys for putting on an awesome broadcast. And yeah, that's about it. But I mean, this is fun. I've been having a good time. Hopefully, I can come back here, and hopefully next week or a couple weeks after that. I don't know.
Well, we look forward to having you, Ryman. Congratulations. Dean, second place finisher here. Ryman Castle having a hell of a night, passed a lot of vehicles.
Man, did he? There might be only one driver who passed more. That's the 84 Larson Parker, winner here in the Spring Fling 150. Congratulations, Larson. Think you passed, I don't know, maybe 40 cars tonight.
Yeah, definitely way too many. I shouldn't have got myself in a bad situation that early.
Well, talk a little bit about that. You recognize that maybe it was a little early for that. Braking point's a little off there. You get on into Dylan on entry there. Tough situation. You get a penalty. Tell us a little bit about the incident.
Yeah, I was probably pushing it a little too hard there, and he was definitely saving, and I didn't expect him to check up that soon, and I just got into the back of him. I tried to give him room to save it, but these cars aren't easy to save at all.
Well, 10-4, but that puts you back now into last place. I mean, my goodness, Larson, maybe the fastest car out there tonight. You're back in last. Heavy traffic. Wrecks will happen back there. Talk a little bit about how working your way through there and any wreck avoidance techniques you might have to employ.
I just kind of picked a car that was moving and tried to follow them through until they couldn't go anywhere, and then I would try to get around them, but I really didn't have much of an idea how I was going to manage that when it first happened.
Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of how we all are. Just ride on instincts. Your instincts were to go for it here. We talked a lot about it. There's, racing for points and there's racing for wins. And you were out there racing for this win, man. We get down to that restart. You're on the outside. Tell us what you were thinking there and getting that jump almost on him there, Parker.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was slow rolling it, but unless I was just getting a little throttle happy up top. But I just saw the green come out, and I didn't see him go, so I just went hoping I didn't get a penalty, and it ended up working out.
Well, that's something we can't see from the booth, so, maybe the green come out on time, but nonetheless, you're on the outside now. Miller, no slouch. I mean, he can roll the center. He's a great driver out there. So talk about how tough it was trying to get through there, trying to, get around on the outside.
If the caution didn't come out, I'd definitely still be in second, but luckily the caution came out right when I had my nose in front of his, but it was definitely hard, and I think I burnt up some tires there, but ended up still having just enough.
Well, you did a great job, Larson, winning here. I believe this is your third race here. This kind of will propel you up the board a little bit. We look forward now, and we head to Watkins Glen. How you feeling about a road course?
Not too happy about it. Never really ran on road courses, especially in a late model or a super late model, so it'll be a learning curve for sure.
Well, just take it for what it is, Parker. Go out there, have some fun with it. It's a lot of fun to go out with these cars on the road, but I can empathize. Not a big road man myself, but tonight you were the man putting the 84 in victory lane. Congratulations, Larson. The floor is yours. You want to thank anybody or give any shout outs?
I'd like to thank Rackley War Setup Shop, Generator Source, my family for always supporting and watching these races. And I'd like to thank Austin for racing me clean there. Really couldn't. I was hoping we would just be able to keep it clean, but.
All right, great stuff. Barron, Larson Parker, the 84, victorious tonight.
Yeah, nice to have him up here. Good to see some fresh faces up in victory lane. Larson going to be a hell of a contender as we move through the season. Can't wait to see what these guys got for the road course next week, Dean. We had some shenanigans last time we were here. It should be about the same this time next week.
Yeah, it should be very interesting as we put up the race results for you to look at there and find where your favorite driver is. But yes, speaking of next week, that'll be at Watkins Glen. And of course, we'll have all that coverage here every Wednesday, 9:20 p.m. It's the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. These guys put on a heck of a show, and we like to try and entertain you, so come out and support us. But for myself, the Indy Set, and Mr. Baron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up from Five Flags, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.